Hello, you buggers. Thought I'd get off my arse and come out into the cold workshop and drill out these fret markers. I will be doing side ones, but I'm going to start off with the top ones. Good place to start. I've got them marked out. My plan is to use some aluminium tube. This is going to be the stuff for the side markers. Originally picked out this aluminium tube, but I've got this one that's just a bit of a wider diameter, so when I colour the dots there'll be a bit more to see, that's all. And this, well, I think I'm going to go for this colour. This is actually just some ultra high gloss enamel. I'm going to go for this colour to paint the neck with, barring the fretboard, of course. So this is going to be the colour of the neck. It's got a kind of a greeny hue, baby blue, very, very light baby blue colour. I thought that will complement the guitar if it continues to stay green, with the coloration of the resin, the newspaper, and all that kind of stuff, and the epoxy. So yeah, and I might use this to just do the sides of the body, so as a kind of like a, I don't know, a newspaper burst look through baby blue. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. So the first thing I'm going to do is drill out these holes. Now, ideally, I would use a wood drill. Did some tests. Now this is 6mm, and it just seems to be slightly too small. Very, very slightly too small. It's a bit of a snug fit. Whereas this 6mm drill bit, both the same, but there you go. It's probably what you get for buying cheap, shoddy crap. I'm going to use that to actually drill it out. So what I want to do is I want to make sure I pre-drill the hole where I've got the markers marked out superbly accurately. I don't want to just like hammer in there with essentially what is a metal work, general purpose kind of drill bit, so it's skidding around. So I'm going to just make a slight drill hole with a smaller drill bit. I might even just use this, so it's a nice sharp point. I can point it where I want it to go, and it will start off the hole for me. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. So I'm not going to go directly on the cross, because if you remember when I cut the fret slots, I was cutting to this side of the line. So I'm just going to go to start my drill bit just on that side of the line for the fret marker. God knows how accurate this is going to turn out. Holes successfully drilled. Well, drilled-ish. I can always go back and drill a little bit more. So this spray mount papery stuff, that will just clean up with a bit of water and a sponge. I don't need to do that till I've glued everything in, really, instead of getting water into the holes where I'm going to be gluing them with some epoxy any minute. It would be a shame to fill them up with water and then the epoxy doesn't stick. It's starting to look like something. How many of these do I need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's about 15 centimetres there. So if I cut them off at a centimetre or less, you know, that would be just about right. Now, obviously they don't need to be a centimetre. They only need to be about 5 millimetres, I think. But a good way of cutting this you want to try not to crush the aluminium, otherwise it won't be round again. You just like pop it off like that. You just use the blade, don't press too hard, and just roll it. See? Ooh. You can actually do this with a brass pipe as well. You can use pipe cutters, but this works just as well. I'm not really putting any pressure on. Right, you bunch of old monkey trousers. While my camera was charging up, I've been carrying on. I've epoxied in the little lumps of aluminium tube. Made sure there wasn't too much epoxy in the middle. If you don't, when it's like pooling in the middle there, and then when you go to fill it, you just end up with a big blob of epoxy instead of the nice coloured dot that you want to put in there. So they were just like just gently tapped in with a soft mallet, just to drive them in. I've mixed up some blue resin. Well, it's resin with a bit of white powder paint to give it you know, a solidity, a solid colour. And then a bit of blue to tint it. Now, I've got a little blob on this can lid, so you can see how it sort of matches up. It's close enough. I wasn't going to fuss around with it. Now this is very, very blue, but once you've added the activator to the resin, it tends to go a little bit greener, so that's why because this is very blue. That colour's quite. That colour's quite blue. This colour's kind of a little bit greenier. So once you've activated it, it will automatically put that tint in. I have filled a couple of tubes up. Which were going to be the side dots. Now, how did I do that? Well, basically what I did is I basically did this. Try and pull it out. I made a little funnel that I popped in at one end, just sealed it with a bit of super glue around the edges, and then poured it in, and eventually it will drop out the bottom. So that was just like sealed with a bit of plasticine when that started popping out the other end, and so we now have a solid tube of the colour. So I've got two of those. And I'm just now going to drop some stuff in to colour the fret markers. or the centres of the fret markers, fret dots. Okay, so I have a little bit of a catalyst here, a little bit left over. This is clear catalyst. Sometimes you get little packets of like this red activator to go with your resin. So bear that in mind when you're colouring it. It could possibly go a little bit pinky as you add it. So I'm just adding a tiny drop of this. I'm trying to get a tiny drop of it. It's a bit hard when there's not very much left in there. Stirry stick. Hell, let's get a fresh one. Right, coffee stirrers, very useful. Grab those from McDonald's next time you're down there. Also, while you're down McDonald's, grab a fistful of these little ketchup little pots. Damn useful just for mixing stuff up. So I just got to mix this up thoroughly. Now I've made way too much here. Way too much. But that's alright. Let's see if I can just drop this in. Oops. Now I've spilled a little bit there, but what I'll be able to do is just, as this is starting to gel, I'll just be able to pop that off. Right. Now I've dropped it all in. I'll pop that out of the way. And I'm going to get a cocktail stick, which I had right here, and I've lost them all. Where are they? Underneath this pile of crap somewhere. Can you see them? Oh, right there. The tit. Right. So I'm just going to just work around inside these, just to make sure there's no, see, there's an air bubble, you see, hiding under there. I need to fill that again, and there. See, what's happened is I've put the resin in, it's just created a nice big air bubble underneath, and instead of actually filling it in, it's just sitting on top of the air bubble. Now I don't have to fill these up to the top. It just might help the aluminium keep into shape as I grind off the tops. Right, there we go. Job done with that, and just let that go off. So not a particularly long video, not a particularly exciting video, more to come I guess, slowly catching monkey. Till next time fellas.